You are correct. All right, good.
ISBK Sabbath service. Majim, Plan Haki down, rise face the east.
This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verses 8 through 13. Abinawu, Shabbat Shemayim, Kudash, Hayat, Sumkat, Yahaw, Malakukat, Taba'at, Patazaka, Hayat, Aisha, Ba'arat, Kawat, Hayat, Bashamayim, Latananaw, Lacham, Kol, Yawam, Basalak, Kabawat, Kasalak, Kabawat, Wala, Tabiyan now, Manasa one, above, Awshan now, Mayan, right, Kayat, Lakat, Amalakwa, Wa'al, Watapa, right, Lawalami, Aman.
Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debts. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha, Ayanya, Al-Hahari, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Azari, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arat, Aliyatan, Lamawat, Regalka, Aliyanawam, Samarka, Hana, La'at, Yanawam, Wala'at, Yashan, Shawamar, Yashal, Yahweh, Samarka, Yahweh, Tazoka, Aliyad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashmash, La'at, Yakaka, Wa'arat, Alayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Yashamar, Napasha, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza Afka, Wabu Wa'aka, Ma'aita, Wa'i, Hawlam.
Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From whence comes my help? My help comes from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee. Will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel. Shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out, and thy coming in, from this time forth, and even forevermore.
Prayer for the power, like cock in Hebrew. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Babu Kashak, Matananaw, Akak, La Rafa'a, Call Makala, or Call Marawa, Akak, Tatahar, Hamat Zram, Akak, La Hakwim, Amatyu, Akak, Arafawa, Hatamala, Agarsan, Bashim Yahushua, Waraman.
The prayer for the power in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
Cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Pray to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Barak Lanah.
Barak Lanah.
Wayashah.
Wayashah.
Wabayah.
Wabayah.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa'ah.
Rapa'ah.
Magan.
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 At this time, you can say the name of a loved one once. Everyone repeats that name once. If you're following us on social media, you can type in the name of a loved one. We'll send the prayers up with you.
It's like school UPK.
It's like school UPK.
ISPK Minnesota.
ISPK Minnesota.
All of Israel.
All of Israel. ISPK Minnesota.
ISPK Minnesota.
Alicia Reese.
Alicia Reese.
Sammy Floyd.
Sammy Floyd.
Corey Floyd.
Corey Floyd.
Shantae and the Clipper Squad.
Shantae and the Clipper Squad. Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
All the brothers in Hebrew Academy.
All the brothers in Hebrew Academy.
UPK Minnesota.
UPK Minnesota.
UPK Milwaukee.
UPK Milwaukee.
UPK Chicago.
UPK Chicago.
UPK Reds.
UPK Reds.
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Jamin.
James.
Barakapat.
Barakapat.
And Ali.
And Ali.
The McIntosh family.
McIntosh family.
Raphael.
Raphael.
Young man Dwayne.
Young man Dwayne.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Bashim Yahushua.
Bashim Yahushua.
Waraman.
We're bless Israel in English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua. In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us and Israel.
Bless us and Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
The loved ones.
Loved ones.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahim.
Alahim.
Al Damiyah Lakah.
Adam Yalaka.
Al Dakarat.
Al Takarat.
Wal Tashakwa.
All the Shakwa.
Oh. Kayah Na.
Yahna.
Awabika.
Wadika.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahaman.
Rash.
Rash.
Al Amaka.
Amak.
Yaruyamu.
Yaryam.
Sawar.
Sawad.
Wayata.
Wayata.
Yaitazwa.
Yatazama.
Al Tazawapanyaka.
Azawapanyaka.
Amaru.
Maru.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakaki Dam.
Lakayadam.
Magawi.
Magali.
Wala Yazaka.
Oyayasaka.
Shamya Shal.
Shamya Sha'al.
Awar.
Awad.
Kaya.
Taya.
Laitazwa.
Nasaz.
Labat.
Labat.
Yakharwa.
Yakad.
Aryaka.
Ayak.
Baryat.
Baryat.
Yakarakwa.
Yakaraf.
Ahali.
Ahali.
Arwan.
Arwan.
Wayashamai Alayam.
Wayashima Alayam.
Mawab.
Ma'aba.
Wagari.
Wagari.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wamawan.
Wamawan.
Wamalak.
Wanamalak.
Alashak.
Alashah.
Yashabi.
Yashad.
Tazawar.
Tazabur.
Gam Ashawo.
Mashu.
Nalwa.
Nawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Aywa.
Ayawa.
Zarawai.
Sarawai.
Labanya Lawak.
Banya Lawa.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha Laham.
Ashalaham.
Kamadian.
Mari.
Kasiyah Sarah.
Kasiyah Sarah.
Kayabian.
Yabi.
Banachal.
Manakao.
Kwayashwan.
Kayaswan.
Nasamaru.
Nasamad.
Bayanda Aru.
Mayanda Arab.
Aywa.
Ayawa.
Dama.
Nama.
Ladam.
Nadam.
Saitamu.
Satamba.
Narayamau.
Narayama.
Karab.
Tara.
Wakazaab.
Wakazaab.
Wakazabak.
Wakazabat.
Wakatazal Manai.
Wakazal. Manai.
Kal Nasaya Kamu.
Nakam.
Ashar.
Nashar.
Amaru.
Imam.
Nayarash Slaki. Nayarasha.
Narisha.
Lanawa.
Nawa.
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 Alahim.
Alahai.
Alahayat.
Alahaya.
Shatamu.
Chatam.
Kagalgala.
Gagala.
Kakwash.
Kwash.
Lapanya Rauka.
Ayawaka.
Kaash.
Shaash.
The Byri Yayu.
Variayo.
Wakalahaba.
Agalahad.
Talahat.
Talahad.
Haryam.
Haryam.
Kan Baradap.
Taradap.
Basaraka.
Sarga.
Wabasa Wapat.
Basas.
Tablaham.
Talaham.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Palawan, Bayapo Quashwa, Shamkat, Yahweh, Kibashwa, Wayat, Bahawa, Ali Ai, Wayat, Kaparwa, Wayat, Abaru, Wayat, Daiwa, Kayat, Atak, Shamkat, Yahweh, Labakan, Aliwan, Ko, Arak,
Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O
Be
Yahweh.
not still, O Yahweh.
Lo,
Below,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make it tumult.
and they that hate thee
They that hate thee
have lifted up the heel.
lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people
against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
come,
and let us cut them off,
let us cut them off,
to be the nation.
be the nation.
The name of Israel
The name of Israel
may be no more remembered.
may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
And they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
Tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab
of Moab,
and the Hagarim,
and the Hagarenes,
Cabal
Cabal,
and Ammon
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Assure is also joined with them.
They have opened the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Doing to them as to the Midianites,
Known to them as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as the sister,
as to Jabin,
as the
as
Japan,
the brook of Kison,
as the brook Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor,
They became as dung for the earth.
became as dung for the earth,
Make the nobles like a rear,
and the nobles like a red,
and like Zeid.
like Z,
Yea,
A,
all their princes,
all the princes,
as Zeba and Zalmunna,
as Ezekiel and Zamun,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
let's say to ourselves,
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
the house of Yahweh in possession,
O Yahweh,
or Yahweh,
make them like a wheel,
make it like a wheel,
as a stumble before the wind,
as a stubble before the wind,
as a fire burning the wood,
as the fire burns the wood,
and as the flame sets the mountains on fire.
as the flame sets the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
So persecute them with thy tempest,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
make them afraid with thy storm,
Fill their faces with shame,
till the face with shame.
they may seek thy
They
name,
might seek thy name,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
Let them be confounded
let them be confounded,
and troubled
in trouble,
forever.
right,
Yea,
yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame,
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and
and
earth,
all things living.
all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh Shai.
in the name of Yahweh,
Listen to us now,
to us now,
right now.
right now,
Say evils and curses,
disease and curse,
and punishment and destruction
punishment and destruction,
to the heathen
to the heathen,
that speak against
that
us,
speak against
thy
us,
prophets,
our prophets,
teachers,
teachers,
princes,
princes,
priests,
priests,
the Israelite brothers,
Israelite
and
brothers,
the school.
and the school,
Saying evils and curses,
disease and curses,
punishment, destruction
punishment and destruction,
to the heathen,
to the heathen,
and shake loose
and shake
the
loose
treasure
treasure
of the rich of Israel
of the rich of
that
Israel,
refuse to give to the school.
that refuse to give to the school,
What's their riches
was their riches,
to enter thy sanctuary,
to enter thy sanctuary,
saying evils and curses
disease and curses,
and punishment and destruction
punishment and destruction,
to the Edomites
to the Edomites,
and the nations
and the nations,
and their drug
and
dealers,
the drug dealers,
the court system,
court system,
prison system,
prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Pope,
Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
skinheads,
Skinheads,
Posse Comitatus,
Cosmopolitan,
the gay movement,
gay movement,
the lesbian movement,
lesbian movement,
spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
works of witchcraft,
NASA space program,
space program,
Army,
Army,
Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet,
open up the internet,
and the airwaves,
and the airways,
the cable access channel,
cable access
and the
channels,
radio channel,
and radio channels,
convict the spirit
convict the spirit
of any of our people
many of our people
to seek to stop
that
us
seek to stop us,
and bring swift destruction
and bring swift destruction
to all the heathen
to all the heathen
that stand in the way
stand in the way,
or try to stop us
try to stop
from
us,
broadcasting your word
broadcasting the word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues,
That is all the plagues,
cause them to go to and fro
cause them to go to and fro
through the earth and consume them.
through the earth and consume.
Let the plague shake
That the place shake.
The house of the thief.
The house of the thief.
And the murderer.
And the murderer.
Lay house shot. Michael and Gabriel. Come down with flying saucers. And punish all the heathen. That come up against us. As we speak thy words. Cause to be known. By all. That the angels that have done it. Cause to be spread. Through the media. Throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you always. So be it. Saw. Please turn. Saw. Right.
Yep, that's fine. Yep.
Yeah, I'm about to shoot me out. Shabbat Thought.
Like your shot.
Then you put it back.
Shabbat.
You can be seated. Oh, okay. He's going to read scriptures in the Tanakh, in the Hebrew, 7 verses. Okay. We're saying Ezekiel 16. Okay, Ezekiel chapter 16, verses 50 through 56. You can go ahead and begin.
Okay. Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 50. What the Gabahian? What the Aishian? Tawaiba. The Pani. Why say ya? At the hand. Kasha. Layatia. 51. Washiyama. Salakia. Yashamar 1. Salakia. Washiyama.
Take it down.
Yashamar 1. Kakatazaya. Kataataya. La'a. Kataaha.
Kataha. What the Rabia. Hey, no Christ.
No Christ.
Tawa aibu wapya. Maana wata tazadakya. At akwatya. Bako tawa aibu wapya. So Asia 52. Gam at Shaya Kalamata. So Falalat. La Kawata.
Verse right?
It's in the middle of 52, sir. Bakata Afya. Ashar Hata Bak. Mahan. The Tazadakana. Mamak. Wagam At. Wabashya. Washaya. Kalmatak. Batazadakutak. Akhayawatak. It's 53. Washabati. At Shabiatan. At Shabuat. No, I was gonna say, would that still be pronounced like Shabbat?
It'll be, Sabbath, yeah.
Right. That's a lot. At Shabbat. Saddam. Wabanawatia. Wa'al Shabbat. Smarwan. Wabanawatia. Wa Shabbat. Shabiatia. Breaking into it. Okay. About the Wakana. 54. Lamain. The Shaya. The Kalamatak. Wanna Kalamat. Makal. Ashar. Aishiat. Banachamak. Athan. Verse 55. Wa Khawatia. Saddam. Wa Banawatia. Dashaban. Lakudamathan. Lakudamathan. Wa Shamarwan. Three and three. Okay. Wa Banawatia. Dashaban. Lakudamathan. Laquadamathan. Wa'at. Wa Banawatia. Dashabayana. Laquadamathakan. 56. Wa Lawa'at. Haita, Saddam, Akhwatak, Somalia, Bapanyak, Baywan, Gawanyak. It's in verse 56.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 50 in English. And they were haughty and committed abomination before me.
Yeah. The thing about it, haughty is a form of pride. You know, it actually is. It's more of how would you explain haughty? It would be more like a. Go ahead.
Arrogant.
Yeah, but it's more of a. Also, too, a haughty spirit is more like a haughty. It's like a right now type of deal, to where everything is on the inside gets manifest right outside, right at that time.
Impulsive.
You know what I'm saying?
Impulsive.
Yeah. Haughty is that, yeah, because you have that pride stirred in for so long, and a certain situation comes up, and bam, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden it comes out, and everybody see it. You know what I'm saying? Now that's haughtiness right there. Like, say for instance, when certain kings decided they was gonna come up against Israel. You know what I'm saying? Like Jabin, the king of Canaan, and all of these. They came. Antiochus. That he's a prime example of a haughty spirit, because the scriptures say pride come before destruction, and a haughty spirit before it fall. You see what I'm saying? He's a perfect example of what a haughty spirit actually is, because he came with now he's not thinking at all. You see what I'm saying? He's just acting now. He want to go through the city. He want to murder these Jews. You know what I'm saying? That's a haughty, pompous spirit right there. A haughty spirit, also like what Donald Trump had. You see what I'm saying? To where he's not caring about what anybody thinks at that time. He's how he feels is just manifested right out at that time. Go ahead.
Therefore I took them away as I saw good.
Right. Now go ahead.
Where we at?
We are Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 50. In the book. Verse 51. Neither hath Samaria committed half of thy sins.
Now, Samaria is actually where the 10 tribes are actually taken from, because during the time of Ezekiel, the 10 tribes were already gone. Ezekiel lived during the time of the Babylonian Empire going into the Medo-Persian Empire type of deal. He lived during that time. So by that time, when Ezekiel come on scene, the 10 tribes are already gone. They are referred to as Samaria. Go ahead, read that part again.
Neither hath Samaria committed half of thy sins.
Man, that's saying Samaria didn't even do, didn't even do half as bad as what we was doing with the southern kingdom that was left there, which is true, because everything that they did, we started going worse and worse and worse and worse. So to where we exceeded them by double.
Right.
Go ahead.
But thou hast multiplied thine abominations more than they.
Multiplied them, put them on top, with sin on top of sin on top of sin. They was following, the Assyrians. But, right here, we following the Edomites, the Babylonians, you know what I'm saying? The ways of the Assyrians, what the 10 tribes are doing before they were carried away. We done sat there and multiplied all of that together.
Right.
Now we exceeding them by twice as much. Go ahead.
And has justified thy sisters in all thine abominations which thou hast done.
right, and justified them. And pretty much saying is, well, if I punish them, I got to punish you this way.
Right.
I got to. And what you doing is making them look even good in comparison. Go ahead.
Verse 53. When I shall bring again their captivity, the captivity of Sodom and her daughters, and the captivity of Samaria and her daughters.
Right. This is right during the time where, Nebuchadnezzar was on the scene, real tough. Go ahead.
Then will I bring again the captivity of thy captivities in the midst of them.
Right. Because not only is this talking about that time, but it's also talking about a future time after that, too. Go ahead.
Verse 54. That thou mayest bear thine own shame.
And what are we doing right now? We're bearing the same shames.
Right.
Who else were we looking up to real big during the time of Ezekiel? Egypt. All right. This is where all you got now. What you got now, the Hotepers. We're still, look how many times you got to keep arguing with people that are in these Hotep groups.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We done took on all of this stuff. We done took on the ways of the Babylonians, the Edomites, who was actually with Babylon too. You know what I'm saying? We done took on the ways of Egypt and all of that. We're doing the same things right now. You know what I'm saying? The same stuff. So read that part again.
Verse 54. That thou mayest bear thine own shame.
And we're bearing them now. To bear something means to, like if you're bearing bricks, you carrying them. We're carrying that right now. And we're going through the heaviness of it right now. There's the reason why, what's going on spiritually even manifests itself physically. Large portion of us got bad backs. You know what I'm saying? Large portion of blacks, Hispanics, and Indians got bad backs. Mexicans come over this country, they short just like little Asians. You know what I'm saying? Because also because the burden. You know what I'm saying? The heavier the burden is, it's like it, what's going on spiritually has a physical manifestation to it, and it kind of crushes you down. But then once they come through here, they get their spirit back, a couple of generations. Now they're getting all big and strong. You know what I'm saying? When you used to see them real small, just like, where I'm from in Kentucky and all of that, you don't see no real big Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? But you go to California and places like that, you're going to see big old huge Mexicans, and they're going to be just like black people. But down where I'm from, they seem more like heathens. You know what I'm saying? They're small. They're scared. You know what I'm saying? They work all day in the field. They don't complain. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with the Cubans. You know what I'm saying? Cubans is the same thing. They don't complain about anything. People can do whatever the hell they want to them. You know what I'm saying? If they go and they gather, if they run around in groups of 4 or 5, the chances are they might get jumped by somebody. You know what I'm saying? Just like they go into one of them redneck bars and all of that stuff. Some of the worst beatings I've done seen people take were Mexicans. I remember one time I opened the door to a show bar and Mexicans fell out the door. You know what I'm saying? This is that type of heaviness and oppression. So not only do they have to labor like that, then they have to worry about the fears of society. Then they got to worry about ICE. You know what I'm saying? They got to worry about, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they're just full of worries, just like us. I mean, the punishment, are diverse. You know what I'm saying? Issachar has an extra portion of blessing in the field. That's one of the reasons why they want to have him out there more than the other tribes. You know what I'm saying? And what do? They have him picking tomatoes and all of that. I mean, you know what's so funny about it? Even in these black power movements and stuff like that, when they talk about, all of this stuff, about blacks, with the well-being of blacks and what we can do to, they put Hispanics like they're the enemy. You know what I'm saying? Like we're in competition with them. We're not in competition with them, and we shouldn't be. I mean, how you gonna look at immigration and only look at them?
Right.
How the hell are you gonna only look at Hispanics and Haitians and stuff like that when it comes to integration? But then at the same time, you turn a blind eye to all the Asians and the Russians. Nobody talks about Russian immigration. Nobody. While Russians is coming into this country every goddamn day, they setting up organized crime, they bringing drugs, they running guns, they're doing all of this stuff. The same thing with them damn Arabs or the Jordanians and the Lebanese and all of these different damn people. They coming over here and they got them connects from over there and they running guns through here. Weed and every damn thing you can damn think of, pills, all of that stuff. And it's sitting there in our neighborhoods as damn kings. Mexicans don't own nothing in black neighborhoods. They're lucky if they can get a food truck there. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't getting rich off no goddamn food trucks, might I add. You know what I'm saying? For one thing, they love to serve good food. I mean, that's the Israelite spirit right there. They love to serve good food, good quality food. And when you do that, and you're not really working with a whole lot, you're going to take a loss. You know what I'm saying? So if you're taking losses, then you're not making no hell of a profit. You're not getting rich. You know what I'm saying? They don't handle themselves like businessmen. They handle themselves, even like migrant workers, even when they're running their own businesses. You know what I'm saying? They still handle themselves like that, and they still serve good portions of food and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they're not taco trucks is not taking over the country. You know what I'm saying? It's nowhere near it. So we want to look at who's actually competing against us, and we got to look at who's setting up their own shops. But we can't set up no shops where they're at, though. We can't do none of that. We can't go to one of these Chinatowns or East Indian town or any of that and set up a damn thing. So there's no mutual thing there. And if you want to see who's running things, think about this for a second. They got access to Black and Hispanic women. Not saying that we should ever mess with any of their women, but what I'm pointing out here is I'm pointing out a power dynamic. Ain't no niggas messing with no Arab women. You better not even think about talking to an Arab woman. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they will gun you the hell down. You know what I'm saying? If you even think about it, but at the same time, they have your woman in the back room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You see the power dynamic? That's just like slavery. But then niggas want to claim Islam. How the hell you gonna go from one slave master to the other? You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be going from the slave master to freedom, right? It makes sense, right? If you want to go one slave master, no, I'd rather go ahead and serve the moon and star master. Hell, you're gonna get equal. You're gonna get treated just as bad by them too. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get treated just as bad by them. And then also too, the Arabs was known for castrating niggas too. On top of that, they were known for it just like the white man was. They were known for that. Go ahead.
That thou mayest, like verse 54, that thou mayest bear thine own shame, and mayest be confounded in all that thou hast done, and that thou art a comfort unto them.
We're confounded now. We just have MLK Day.
Right.
And then we find out that Martin Luther King, we find out when people put their trust and hope in Martin Luther King, and then they find out, well, damn, he admitted he was wrong. So what does that lead you to? To being confounded. You know what I'm saying? Because what you trusted in just betrayed you. So, where to now? Right? We just got confounded. We get confounded by every leader that actually comes up because they ain't trying to show us who we are according to their scripture. Farrakhan is leaving us in being confounded. You know what I'm saying? He's leaving us being confounded right now as we speak. He write a damn book. You know what I'm saying? And we go run by the book, make him a damn billionaire, but he ain't got no answers on how to fix Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians at all.
Right.
And he's sitting there reading out the Bible while telling you to worship an Arab at the same damn time. And telling you to go and kiss a rock with a little toilet bowl thing on it and stick his head through it and kiss the rock. Is that like a toilet bowl?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it looked like a damn toilet bowl.
I think they got it sanitized because I think for a while, they was even catching like canker sores or herpes or some shit like that.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, it's just like them Jewish rabbis chewing off the baby skin, bride skin.
Right.
Yeah, because they doing because there's a lot of gay stuff in Islam too. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of gay history with Islam. They ain't, you know, in the Bible and the Quran are nothing alike at all. Nothing alike. Captain Kadazar, you know, totally drove that point home in that battle that he had against that one guy. Any more?
That was the end of 54.
Okay.
Verse 55. When thy sisters, Sodom and her daughters, shall return to their former estate.
Okay, now it's not talking about literally our sisters. This is just metaphorically speaking right here. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High calling people Sodomites and stuff like that based on, not because they come from their Hamites, but you take on those ways. See what I'm saying? Take on those ways. I mean, read that part again.
When thy 55, when thy sisters, Sodom and her daughters, shall return to their former estate, and Samaria and her daughters shall return to their former estate. I appreciate it.
Right, go ahead.
Then thou and thy daughters shall return to your former estate.
Now think about it. It's a scripture that says, "Suffer thy daughter not to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom." And that was a huge problem with Sodom and Gomorrah also. But you know what? Here's the problem that Sodom and Gomorrah also had, which actually drove it home to make the Lord to make the decision to destroy them. Right? One of the things was the thing that the straw, you know what the straw that broke the camel's back wasn't just the homosexuality and all of that. It's the fact that they did not strengthen the hand of the poor. Right. You was poor, you living in Sodom and Gomorrah, you had a bad time. You know what I'm saying? Sodom and Gomorrah was huge. They took pride in actually, I mean they got off on oppressing people, the poor, horribly. They really got off on it. You know what I'm saying? They did not treat strangers kindly at all. They were super rich, had all of this wealth. You know what I'm saying? Hell, they were ruling the world at that time. People think Egypt, but oh, Egypt was the first. No, before Egypt, there was Sodom and Gomorrah, who sat in the seat of Egypt. Egypt came afterwards and took on the ways of Sodom and Gomorrah and established their empire and fell. You know what I'm saying? Also too. But Sodom and Gomorrah was just like America today. And the judgments and the cruelty against poor people, they were legendary for that. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of rich, aristocrat Africans is what they were. And they were narcissists. They were total narcissists. You know what I'm saying? Anybody know what the raw, just raw, uncut definition of narcissism is? Just in plain definition. And does anybody know? Go ahead.
So I mean, self-centered.
Yes, you own to you. Yeah, you definitely own to it. I like to use the term a person with no empathy. No empathy at all. And you go ahead, sis.
I was gonna say, it's clear that, well, for narcissists, I would say like also a person who feel like whatever they want is rightfully theirs.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because whatever they don't consider, see, a narcissist cannot put himself in someone else's shoes.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we think that the rich Sodomites, and it was 5 cities. You know, they ran the world. You know, Sodom, Gomorrah, Zeboim, and Admah. And then you had Zoar, which is the smallest of them. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, actually the name Zoar, I think it means insignificant. But they were still a part of that, you know, realm too. But you know, they could never put themselves in impoverished person's shoes. You see what I'm saying? They couldn't think to do that. And that's one of the things that make the Most High angry even more than the other abominations. Because that person lacks all empathy. The ancient Egyptians took on those same damn ways and lacked all empathy too. So you know what? The Most High didn't have any empathy on them when he destroyed them and took out their firstborn. You know what I'm saying? A person that has no empathy at all, they have to go through what it is that they allow other people to go through. That's the only way that they can see it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the only way that they can see that they were wrong. Without that, they're not going to see it. and they will keep oppressing and oppressing and oppressing and crushing and grinding every damn thing into powder. You know what I'm saying? Animals at all. Yeah, I mean, think about it. You know, remember in the Wisdom of Solomon, and it said when it talked about the beast in the field that was now entering into the city because they had no empathy on the damn animals. I mean, hell, you taking out there where they live at, just like what Esau's doing right now. And you seeing deer in the city chilling. When I was in Pittsburgh, it tripped me out. We was on a street where it was like clubs and bars and everything, and it was about 15 deer, male deers, kicking it on the corner like niggas. I'm serious. I said, what the hell? Dead serious. You know, they had their little club going. I'm like, yo, what's up with this? I never seen nothing like that before. Especially not in the whole big squad. They was right on the corner, right on the street corner, like they was selling dope. Serious. Go ahead.
Verse 56. For thy sister Sodom was not mentioned by thy mouth in the day of thy pride.
Yeah, because see, if Sodom had been mentioned, then that would have made them think, like, well, damn, look what the Lord did to them. If we keep going in this same damn direction, then he's not going to have mercy on us either. But they didn't, you know, they don't remember that. And just like now, people don't remember what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. That's the reason why America's not changing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why America's not changing. They look at these empires, and the only thing they look at is they look at how great they are, how rich they were, but they don't look at how they fell. And they don't even look at, you know what I'm saying, how the infantile stages of them being established and everything. You see what I'm saying? What they wanted to learn how to do, they figured, well, damn, the ancient Egyptians, you know, subjugated these Negroes for 400 years. So now we got to see the programs that they did so we can get them for 400 years. You see what I'm saying? Because you look at our other captivities, and they were all under 100 years. Some of them was under 20. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High rose up a deliverer, you know, so on and so forth. But in order for them to keep us so long, they had to go back to the blueprint of ancient Egypt. They had to go back to that. And see, here's the thing. They have even more weapons than ancient Egypt had as far as with subjugating the Israelites. For one thing, there wasn't no color-coded racism in ancient Egypt. There wasn't none of that. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing, too, because hell, everybody was black as hell. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was black as hell. So, you know, and us and the Egyptians, we looked alike. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't the deal, but we was able to at least keep our culture there. You know what I'm saying? And the spirit, just like we can tell the difference between Africans today, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, and all of that, we could tell it back then too. And they knew us. They knew the difference between us and them. They knew Moses. People think, oh, they thought Moses was an Egyptian. Everybody thought that House of Pharaoh knew Moses was a Hebrew. Moses wasn't disconnected from his people. That's the reason why Pharaoh's daughter said, bring him to the Hebrew women. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, that's important. You know, the tit that feeds the baby, that brings a connection. At least she was wise enough to know that, because you had lactating women in Egypt. But she's like, no, bring him back to his, you know, his people to be weaned. Then I'll go ahead and take it. You know? Right. Go ahead.
You say that was the end of 56, but if I could, at one point in 54, that thou mayest bear thine own shame, and mayest be confounded in all in all that thou hast done. In that thou art a comfort unto them. Which reminds me of verse 34. And the contrary is in thee from other women in thy whoredoms, whereas none followeth thee to commit whoredoms. And in that thou givest a reward, and no reward is given unto thee, therefore thou art contrary.
You know what? Nobody follows us fully into the stupidity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They don't follow us. They can sit there and pull back and be like, wait a minute, hold on. You know what I'm saying? They have some brakes to pump. We ain't got no brakes. We'll just keep going and going and going. But you know what I'm saying? They'll pump the brakes. They'll be like, wait a minute. And then just like Africans tell their their children and all of that, they like, when you get there, don't hang around with them. Don't hang around with them Negroes. I don't want you being anything like them. You know what I'm saying? So they have they have damage control. Yeah, they might come on TV. They like rap music, things like that. And a lot of them go a little bit into the street. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they have a community that pulls them back and be like, because they don't want to be ostracized from their community. They don't want to be running around as a vagabond, because that's what happens. You see what I'm saying? Like you got some type of Somalian woman, she get with a black man, she's cut off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got to be honest with you, we got to start to learn practices like that.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because she will have children, you know what I'm saying, with that black man. They're not going to accept that over there like that. That's one of the reasons why a lot of them Africans look so much alike, like each other, because they don't allow other genes to come in, because they know that it will destroy them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Them tribes have been around for all these hundreds of years. Go ahead.
And as far as the other nations cutting off their family member for sleeping with somebody or being with somebody outside their nation, we definitely ignore that. You would think
Right, yeah,
like,
dude.
okay, what's so bad that it'll make a father cut his daughter off who he's been raising for 26, 30 years, don't want nothing to do with her, nothing to do with the kids. We don't even look at that like maybe we should be like that.
Yeah.
We just be like, oh, he cut her off because she with me and I'm still gonna be with her. Instead of looking like it must be something so serious. Let's look into why all the other nations do that. The Chinese, the white man, the Africans, everybody is gonna cut their child off as soon as they mess with us,
Yeah.
But we never do the same and reciprocate that energy.
Right. And then very well said. It's very well said. We gotta start to get some of that about ourselves, because we've been the trash can of every other race. We the damn dumpster. Now think about this for a second. A black woman get with a white man. She have a child, you know what I'm saying, with this white man and everything, right? He can't go among them and become the new image of white.
Right.
But what he can do is come among the blacks and become damn near king. You know what I'm saying? Among the blacks. But now think about it. If we thought like they think, that mixed child would be a vagabond. And you know what? That would start to eradicate this swirling shit. You know what I'm saying? It really would. Because you'll have these, you know what I'm saying? And they'll try and form their own race, which they will become what? They'll become Edom.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They'll just be brown Edom. And what they can do also too is we keep them the hell out away from us, and we do what we supposed to do as far as keeping the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. Then they become some rogue group to attack white society, just like the Irish did with the British. You see what I'm saying? Just like the Boston Tea Party type of deal. And then they'll fight the regular white people to the point where the white people have no choice but to take them on as white. And then they will start to change the color code of them, and everybody be running around looking like Italians and all of that. You know what I'm saying? All of them. But they will be white people. You know what I'm saying? And they will form their own race, but they will be against them. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them, the children, the ones actually survived, that had white fathers and slavery and all of that, they were pissed off at the white race because they wouldn't totally accept it among them. You see what I'm saying? But the slaves, little slaves, we accept everybody, and that's what gives them a stay. There wouldn't be no Lenny Kravitzes and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We run around thinking he's black. There wouldn't be no Bob Marleys and all of that stuff. No, we push him back over there to change the color code of white people. You want to know who actually done that? Who's being successful with that? The Chinese. You ever see like let me show you the side of Russia that they don't show.
Right.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
A lot of them Russians look Asians. They're Edomites. They're Esau. You know what I'm saying? You know, they talk like tall white men with Asian features. You know what I'm saying? But China don't play that stuff. You're not going to come over here and change our code and put your seed up on us. And you know what? It's almost like, I don't mean to sound violent, man. It's like coming on somebody. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? And any race of men that would actually put up with that, hell, you might as well bend the hell over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, any race of men that would actually put up with something like that, that's like some niggas shooting this load on you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it's like. The Chinese like, no, you ain't gonna do that over here. They push them back over into Russia. You know what I'm saying? There's like, no, this is your seed. We gotta get like that. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get that way. And that would stop a whole lot of that. That would put a damn end to all that swirling stuff. Because if a person want to swirl, then you know what? You got to be with that nation right there. You are now that man's wife. Go ahead.
Another thing that'll keep them with their nation is like how you brought out when the other nations put away their daughters or sons for being with us, our nation. Our family or our nation just accept them right in. Like they had all the cookouts still and all the everything. If we were just like, okay, y'all had this baby and this is Judah baby, so I'm gonna love the baby and I'm still love my son, but you can't come around. You go around your people and Judah can just stay around Judah. That'll stop them from mixing too.
Right, exactly.
But we just accept them in like, oh, they family. Oh, that's my daughter-in-law and she's always around. Everything we got going on, holidays, barbecues, everything.
Right.
So they don't feel, the other nations don't feel no shame in stopping mixing with us because we always accept them, even though they got put away from one family, they just come and join ours.
Yeah. We everybody's garbage can. They dump their garbage. They not trying to raise no heirs out of no black woman. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's an example of how we're contrary, and in that we give that reward. Like they benefit off that.
Right.
We end up suffering off it.
Exactly. Because they get a ghetto pass.
Right.
And they have sex with a black woman, they get a ghetto pass. Now they set up businesses and they come around you and go pull out their mouth like they wanted you. You know what I'm saying?
And then again, the same thing in 54. And mayest be confounded in all that thou hast done, and then in that thou art a comfort unto them.
Right. And you know what? Listen to this. You know how you see one of the spirits come out in a person that's mixed but has a white father, right? Let me give you an example. I was debating this one dude, this is a couple of years ago on Facebook. I told him, I let him know, I'm like, your mom's evil for getting with your dad. You know what I'm saying? He's like, how can my mom be evil for getting with my dad? I'm like, your dad is white. I'm like, I let him know. I'm like, you're not black. Your dad is white. You're not black. You're what your dad is. He's like, well, how can, listen what I'm going to say. How can my mom be evil? How can anybody that makes macaroni and cheese this good be evil? You hear this? She's the goddamn maid, even to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's the you know what I'm saying? She's the damn maid. She's Aunt Jemima, even to her own goddamn son.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You see the spirit of his dad come out. You know what I'm saying? The spirit of it. You see that? That's his dad's spirit right there. So now you take somebody that thinks like that and you put them in the black community. Raise them on greens, neck bones, and all that. You know what I'm saying? You just got a damn, you just got a damn cancer inside your community. You know what I'm saying? But this is the type of stuff that they do to us. People like Harry Belafonte. We look at a lot of them as being prominent black people, and we put it in Black History Month and all of that, and accept them as being black. You know what I'm saying? Harry Belafonte, he's not black. You know what I'm saying? But ain't he looked at as a historical black icon, civil rights, you know what I'm saying? All of that stuff. He is a white man. His children are white. No matter of fact, I think Harry Belafonte is actually a Malachite. You know what I'm saying? I think he's like Italian Jewish or some stuff like that. And you can see it in his children even more. You can see it in their countenance. You can see devil in their countenance. You know? Hell, he got one son with blue eyes. You could just look beyond the skin and just see Esau being radiated, you know what I'm saying, out of him. You see what I'm saying? And this is the type of stuff that we got to deal with. But see, if you're a black man, and you say something about it, you get attacked. He ain't got to attack you. He sat back and watch your own damn people do it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody ever watched that Tarzan from back in the, it was not that long, a few years ago. It was kind of one of the newer ones, the cartoon. Where, remember, either one of y'all remember this? Remember, they had the Tarzan was a baby. And you had the gorilla, the gorilla dude. He was the leader of the band of gorillas. You know what I'm saying? He was the leader of them. And then he had his wife, and his wife had a little Tarzan. And he's like, and he's thinking about the well-being of his tribe of gorillas and everything. He's like, well, we can't have this. We got to cast this out. We can't have this. This will destroy us. And then he went to try and get it, and he had to argue with her, and he got mad at her, and he said, "Rah!" And then she grabbed him and she said, "Rah!" Anybody remember that? You know she was playing a black woman. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
And then when she goes, "Rah!" then he goes, you know what I'm saying, and bowed down to what it is that she wanted. You know what I'm saying? And they end up raising him, and sure enough, his people came in and wiped them the hell out, killed him, and Tarzan took over the damn tribe of gorillas. You know what I'm saying? Anybody remember that? You remember how you seen that one, sis? That was black people right there. Them gorillas were black people. You know what I'm saying? And Tarzan, of course, playing himself, the devil, that the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? And what did he do? He brought hell with him. You know what I'm saying? Anybody remember the four horsemen in Revelations? When he said, and hell followed with him?
Right.
Who's that talking about? It's a damn white man. Everywhere he goes, or like the oppressor, wherever he goes, he brings hell with him. You know what I'm saying? He go among tribes, and they know as soon as they see him, we're getting ready to get wiped the hell out. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Kevorkian, you know what I'm saying? Sure. He come through with his damn needle, we get ready to get wiped the hell out. And think about it, how harsh, how evil he's got to be if people run to live inside the Amazon, one of those deadliest places on the earth, with the dense, thick jungle with all types of, every damn thing can kill you inside there. Right. You know what I'm saying? Everything can kill you, not only kill you, but kill you with excruciating pain. They got a damn fish that fly right up in your rod hole and lay eggs and stop your whole damn urinary tract up. Yeah. So now you're full of piss and you die that way. And it's no cure for this either. It's nothing they can give you to dissolve the eggs and make your urinary tract flow. It's nothing. That's just one of the things they got. They got dart toads. They got all kind of, just think about how scared you got to be as a people to run down to a place like that. And those people in the Amazon and all of that look like some offshoot Moabites or something, those are actually Israelites. Those are the ones that ran down, and just like the Gadites ran out into the desert. You think they wanted to live there? Or they ran to somewhere that was extremely cold. You know what I'm saying? Because being in extreme cold like that kills off some of the diseases that Esau brought over with. You know what I'm saying? High altitudes and frost kills off certain things. They didn't want to be in them damn places. They'd rather be in the tropics some damn where. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to be up in a high altitude or in the goddamn desert some damn where you can't even hunt. You ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? You got, you did nothing but lizards and everything running around. Ain't no game out in the desert. You know what I'm saying? You got to get your water out of a damn cactus. They ain't living there on purpose. You know what I'm saying? He brings hell with him everywhere that he goes. With that being said, that was the end of 56. Okay. The Majum.
Just like this. That's east.
Okay, now, direct.
Yep, exactly facing the south. Yeah. Back over there.
One y'all can thumbs, turn face the east. So the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, found in Matthew 6, chapter 8 through verse, like in chapter 6, verses 8 through 13. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Ayah, Sokah, Yahweh, Malakah, Tabah, Zaka, Ayah, Aisha, Barak, Kawah, Ayah, Bashamayim, the thunder now, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Basalak now, Kabawak now, Kasalak now, Kabawak now, Wala'ah, Tabiyan now, Sawan, Bo, Oshan now, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalak, Wa'al, Watapura, Lauloni,
Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, the kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day, our daily bread, and forgive us our enemies, give us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayan, Al-Ha'ari, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azari, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Al-Yatan, Lamawat, Ragalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'at, Yanawam, Wala'at, Yayashan, Shalmar, Yasha'al, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka, Yamamam, Hashamash, La'at, Yakaka, Wairak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'atka, Wabu'aka, Ma'ita, Wai, Aulam.
Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help comes from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. You will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon the right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh
Yahweh
shall preserve thee from all evil.
shall preserve thee from all evil.
Shall preserve thy soul.
Shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh
Yahweh
shall preserve thy going out
Shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
This time forth,
this time forth,
and ye forevermore.
and forevermore. Prayer for the cock, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Baba Kusha.
Baba Kusha.
Nathanga now.
Nathanga now.
The cock,
Akah.
the cock.
Akah.
La Rapa'ah.
La Ra'ah.
Call Masalat.
Kamalah.
Or call Marawa.
Kamalah.
The cock,
Akah.
the Tahar.
Akah.
Amatazari.
Akah.
The cock,
Akah.
the Hakuyum.
Lahakim,
Hamathum.
Hamathim,
The cock,
Akah.
Arakawak.
Arawak.
Hatma'al.
that's my Allah.
The Garson.
Agarshan.
Bashim Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua.
Waraman.
Prayer for the power in English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Name Yahushua.
Name Yahushua.
Give us the power.
Give us power.
Power to heal.
Power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of
And all manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to
Power.
look.
Power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against the spirit.
Cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
Name Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Pray to bless Israel and the evil. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Barak Lanavu.
Rakhanah.
Wayashal.
Wayashal.
Wahabayat.
Wahabayat.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa'at.
Ra'ah.
Wagun.
Wagun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
Now again, at this time, we can say the name of a loved one once. Everyone repeats that name once. If you're still with us on social media, type in the name of a loved one. Send the prayers up with you.
All of UPK schools,
All of UPK schools.
all of Israel,
All of Israel.
Israelite School UPK,
Israelite School UPK.
IHK Minnesota,
IHK Minnesota.
Tim,
Tim.
Lisa,
Lisa.
Mimi,
Mimi.
the Kelly's family,
Kelly's
Kelly's
family.
family.
the Wiley's family,
Wiley's family. Puckett family.
Puckett
Puckett
family.
family,
Hall family.
All family.
Reese family.
Reese family.
Rakawana,
Kawana.
Kawa,
Kawa,
Tazaya,
Tazia.
Paulette,
Paulette.
Paulette,
Yupa,
Yopa.
Anawa,
Anawa.
and Shara.
Shara.
Isaiah,
Azar.
the Rollins family,
Rollins.
the Slaughter family,
Slaughter family.
the Willis family,
Willis family.
the Peterson family,
Peterson family.
the Daniels family,
Daniels family.
IHK Minnesota,
IHK Minnesota.
all of Israel,
All of Israel.
UPK Minnesota,
UPK Minnesota.
all of UPK,
All of UPK.
Desiree Davis,
Desiree Davis.
Amanda Bar,
Mother Bar.
Kanaga Bar,
Another Bar.
Maccabi,
God.
Tarak,
Right.
Mangabar,
Mother Bar.
Kadesh Zion,
Without Zion.
and Dwayne Davis.
Dwayne Davis.
Paulette Rollins,
All that wrong.
Maraka Pye,
Morocco.
we already said Kawa, right?
Right.
So like Kawa,
Kawa.
and the baby,
And
Then
the
the
baby.
baby.
all of Israel,
All of Israel. The last school UPK.
Slash UPK,
All the brothers going through Hebrew Academy.
all of Israel, to Hebrew Academy,
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
all right, you got it, go ahead.
Hashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua.
Waraman.
Pray to bless Israel in English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Name Yahushua.
Name Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And
Israel.
And the school.
And school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
Loved ones.
Loved ones.
Name Yahushua.
And then Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Allahayim.
Elohim.
Alta Miyalukai,
Alta Miyalukai,
Alta Karach,
Alta Karash,
Alta Shakwat,
Alta Squat,
Oh, Kaya Hana,
Yahana,
Awabika,
Awabika,
Yahama Yawan,
Yahama Yawan,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al Imaka,
Al-Imaka,
Ya'ira Yamwa,
Yahayama,
Sawar,
Suwa,
Wayata Yaitazawa,
Mayata Yatasa,
Al Tazawapandika,
Alta Zapanda,
Amaru,
Amar,
La Kawa,
Zakawa,
Wanaka Yadam,
Yam,
Magawya,
Magawa,
Wala'a Yazakar,
Malaya Sakar,
Sham Yashal,
Sham Yashal,
Iwara,
Nawat,
Kayat,
Yam,
Naitazawa,
Naitaza,
Salake, Nawaitazawa,
Naitaza,
Labar,
Nabat,
Yakalwa,
Ikad,
Aliaka,
Aliat,
Baryat,
Baryat,
Yakarat,
Yakarat,
Ahalia,
Ahal,
Arwam,
Adawam,
Wayashamai Alayam,
Vaya Shema Alayam,
Mawab,
Wa'ab,
Wahagarian,
Wa'agari,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa'aimawan,
Wa'aman,
Wa'aimalak,
Wa'amalak,
Alashat,
Alashat,
I'm Yashabi,
Ayashab,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Gamashu,
Nalawak,
Nalawat,
Imam,
Aman,
Ayawak,
Ayawat,
Zarawai,
Sarawat,
Labanya Lawak,
Labanilawat,
Salat,
Salam,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Laham,
Laham,
Kamadian,
Kamadi,
Kasaya Sara'at,
Kasiyah Sarah,
Kayabian,
Kayabi,
Manakal,
Manakal,
Wayashwan,
Bayashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamad,
Bayanda Ara,
Ayanda Ar,
Hayawak,
Ayawat,
Daman,
Daman,
Ladam,
Ladam,
Shayatamwa,
Shatam,
Naraya Mawa,
Yariyama,
Kairab,
Kairab,
Wakazaaba,
Wakazaab,
Wakazabak,
Wakazabat,
Wakatazal,
Wakazal,
Manai,
Manai,
Ko,
Kal,
Nasaya Kamwa,
Nasakam,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amar,
Nayarasha,
Nayarasha,
Lanawa,
Anawat, Ah,
Nawa,
Nawat,
Alahayim,
Alay,
Alahayat,
Alayat,
Shayatamwa,
Shatam,
Kagalgala,
Gog,
Kakwash,
Kwash,
Lapanya,
Lapani,
Rawaka,
Rawaka,
Kaash,
Kaash,
the Byra,
Divider,
Yairu,
Yair,
Wakalahaba,
Walahat,
Talahat,
Dalahat,
Aryam,
Haryam,
Kan Tharadatma,
Khan, Ardap,
Basiraka,
Basarika,
Wabasa Wapaka,
Basat,
Tablaham,
Dalaham,
Mala'a,
Malaa,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Galawam,
Wayapa Kwashwa,
Wayakash,
Shamkash,
Shimka,
Yahawah,
Yahala,
Yabashwa,
Yabash,
Waya Bahalwa,
Wayaba,
Aidia Ai,
Ayai,
Waya Kaparwa,
Wayakapara,
Waya Abadwa,
Wayabah,
Waya Da'aiwa,
Wayada Ai,
Kaya Atha,
Kaya Ata,
Shamkash,
Shimka,
Yahawah,
Yahawah,
Labarka,
Baka,
Al-Yawan,
Ayawan,
Al, Go,
Ka,
Al-Rakza,
Al-Rakza. Psalms 83 in English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
Lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make it tumble,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
and consulted against thy enemies.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
let us cut them off from being a nation,
that the name of Israel
that the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more remembrance.
For they are consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee,
They are confederate against thee.
the tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Cabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and
and Amalek,
Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashur also joined with them.
and hope in the children of Lot. Do unto them as to the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor, and became as dung for the earth. Make the nobles like a rare, and like Zaid, yea, all the princes, as Zebah and Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession. O Yahweh, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burns the wood, and as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in name Yahweh, listen to us now. Right now. Say evils and curses, and punishment, destruction, to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, teachers, princes, priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Say evils and curses, and punishment, destruction, to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches into thy sanctuary. The evils and curses, and punishment, destruction to the Edomites and the nations and our drug dealers, court system, prison system, land parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, classical Matassa, gay movement, lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airwaves, cable access channels, and the radio channel. Convict the spirit of many of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. And loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth, and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murder. Let Yahweh, Michael and Gabriel, come down to flying saucer, to punish all the heathen. They come up against us as we speak thy words, cause it to be known by all. There's the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world, cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh, thank you always. So be it. So. That concludes our Sabbath service. Shalom.